Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of my Performance Bagger Build series, performancing out my 2013 Street Glide. You can see it's got a lot done to it now. If you want to check out the videos in this series, just click on the link in the description of this video. So when I look at this bike right now, what stands out the most that's wrong? Yes, that stock seat is hideous. I've never been a fan of the stock seat, but I've taken my time in trying to find the right seat. I wanted a seat that's got the Performance Bagger look, but also comfortable. And I was searching online one day and I stumbled across this seat, and I think it is the perfect candidate for this bike. Check it out. This is the Widowmaker by the guys over at BMC and Corbin. And when I first saw this seat, what I loved about it was, well, I love this colored band right here, but I also like the shape right here. It doesn't come back and just have a wall right here, like a flat wall that doesn't shape your butt. You know the seat I'm talking about. So I really like that shape there. This looked big enough and tall enough to fit my wife's butt. And just the overall design of this seat, this thing is freaking beautiful, man. I've sat on it, it's super comfortable. This shape right here is just perfect to fit your body. And I like that the passenger area, it looks like it's going to be big enough, you know, to be comfortable for the wife. And to have a seat that I can use for myself, that looks great. And I can run two up and it still looks great. It's a great thing to have. Now, when you go to the BMC, and in case you're wondering what that means, that's Big Mike's Choppers. When you go to their website, you get to choose everything on this seat the way you want it. For this top area, you can choose leather, they have ostrich, they have alligator, you can do like a carbon fiber, you can do python. It's crazy the selection they have. Having real leather here instead of vinyl makes a big difference. Brings the cost up a little bit more, but it's worth it. You choose the stitching here, a lot of different colors for this panel right here. And as you can see, I'm doing candy red accents on this bike. So when I saw this in this seat, I was like, I gotta have that. You can choose the color of the stitching here. Right here, I chose like the carbon fiber, but you can actually have the stitching right here wrap all the way around on top and on the sides. I chose some white piping here. And if you know what color scheme I'm gonna paint this bike, you'll know why I put white in this seat. And then instead of doing this stitching here on the back here, which I could have done, I wanted something smooth and I wanted their logo really big. They are sponsoring this video. They hooked me up with this seat, so I wanted to hook them up with some big logo love. Yeah, dude, the seat, man, when I pulled it out of the box, I was like, that is freaking perfect. I really wanted something everybody else doesn't have, and this thing nailed it. Now, this seat, because it's full custom and it is leather, it starts at $686. But, you know, we're talking about comfort and durability here and quality, and that's what you're gonna get with this seat. I've read a lot of reviews on the seat. A lot of people are like, hey man, I just got back from a 700-mile ride. Didn't think the seat was gonna be as comfortable as some of the bigger seats I've used, but they're totally happy with the seat, even on long rides. Another couple things I wanna mention, which is great about this seat, is the standard foam they have on here drops the overstock. It brings the seat down a half an inch and back a half an inch, which I love because I'm 5'10", and I weigh about 180 pounds, but I want more leg on the bike, so having the seat lower and back is perfect. Now, if you're even a bigger guy or a shorter guy, you can have the back of the seat right here. You can have this moved forward or backward. I'm not sure how far, doesn't say on the website, but you can do that. Another option is a removable backrest. You can add that. They'll custom make it to match your seat. That brings the price up to just over $1,000. Now, because this is a really nice expensive seat, you want to secure it on your bike. And you can see right now, I just have a bolt right here with some fancy washer. But check out how BMC got around that, and you can secure your nice expensive seat on your bike. This is their seat lock. Basically, you bolt this into your back fender. It's BMC and Santoro. You know, they came together to offer this. And it's just a cool little lock to lock your seat on. And another thing you can do with this lock is you take off the lock, put your helmet strap ring through the lock, and you can lock the helmet to your bike. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get the bike up on the lift over here and put the flat jack under it, which is already under there. And I'm gonna get the back wheel I'm gonna drop the back wheel down so I can get my hand underneath the back fender to install the new seat lock. Just a simple matter of, I believe I'm gonna have to pull off my 2-in-1 muffler here so the back wheel can drop down without hitting the pipe. I'll just take the bottom bolts out each shock, and I think the back wheel should drop down enough to get my hand in there. So let's get that done, and then we'll take the bike for a ride, give it the butt test. I'm excited. Alright guys, as I suspected, just taking out the shock bolts, swing arm wouldn't drop down hardly at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide out the back axle, jack up the bike so the back wheel drops down, then I should be able to get my hand in there. Not a big deal. Alright, so jacking the bike up about 3 inches, 4 inches, I can definitely get my hand in here now. And I felt a little uneasy about putting my hand in there with only one flat jack under the bike. I do have 2, so I put another one under there just to be safe. So let's take out this bolt and drop in the new one. All right, so the stock seat bolt, you know, it's this metal piece here that comes up from the bottom, and it's got like this nylon or plastic clip. I just took some pliers and kind of pushed the clip off. Now it should just come right off. There we go, and then this should just drop out the bottom. There we go. All right, the BMC Santoro unit, it's got the same clip right here. So I'm just gonna remove this. I'll drop this in from the bottom and then I'll put the clip back on. Clip's pretty, look at that, I just do it with my fingers. Perfect. Now there's a little notch for the seat bolt, so make sure you got that notch in the right position. You see the notch in the fender, and you'll see the notch in the bolt. You just slide the clip back on. Boom, done. That notch keeps the bolt from spinning. Nylon washer, and then the billet screw. You can just put this on hand tight. You don't have to crank it down. Maybe just put it on so the logo lines up like that. And then got our little lock here. I mean, this lock is definitely nothing heavy duty. It's just a deterrent. I mean, obviously if somebody came along and wanted to cut this lock off and they really were serious about it, they could do it. And there you go. Hopefully this thing doesn't jiggle around going down the road. Let me show you guys how you can strap your helmet to this and lock it to your bike. Now this is my first time doing this, so bear with me, but I'm just going to take my helmet strap, and Simpson helmets, I love this helmet. Just going to put the lock through the strap and then see if I can get in here and get this lock on the bike without too much trouble. Plenty of clearance, yeah. So I just slide on like that, lock it down. Now my helmet is locked on the bike. That's pretty sick. Great idea, because I actually, you know, these are $500 helmets. Most of the time when I go to, you know, bike hangouts, I don't bother locking it down. I just stick it on my mirror. But a lot of times when I'm running around, maybe doing errands or whatever, I do like to lock the helmet down. So that's a cool little solution right there. I swear, man, this is like the coolest seat setup I've ever seen. Overall package, I give this thing a 10. So what I'm gonna do, I'll just put the axle back in, get this thing off the lift, take it for a ride test. What I'll be looking for is, how's the seat feel being a half-inch lower, half-inch further back? How does this really feel against my butt? The firmness of the foam. Obviously, you know, these seats take a little bit of time to break in. I've heard you need to log about 500 miles to really get the seat broken in, but you know, we'll see how it feels now being fresh. Let's bring the bike down so I can give you some measurements on the seat compared to stock. Ooh, easy turbo. All right, so the stock seat over here is, look at how wide that thing is. Oh my God, I hate it. It's about 15 inches wide, and the passenger area is about 9.5 inches wide. So 15 and 9.5. Let's go over here. So we're going down from 15 down to 13.5. See there, 13.5. And then what was it, 9.5 in the back. So the back of this thing is right at about 8.5 inches. So a little bit thinner, which I would hope for. Looks better thinner. Being thinner, you know, means like when your legs come down the side, it's easier to reach the ground. It makes the bike look so much sleeker. I mean, than that big fat stock seat. That thing makes the bike look like a turd. This thing is just sleek, man. Look at that. All right, let's ride it. Wow, what a difference in comfort. The smaller seat, the sleeker seat, makes the bike feel so much sleeker and lighter. The butt area of the seat feels perfect, man. It fits your body to a T. And right away you notice the seat being a little bit lower and a little bit further back. That ½ inch does make a difference. It just makes my arms a little more comfortable, my legs a little more comfortable reaching the controls. It does feel good. It's not too stiff, it's not too soft. I feel like I'm riding a whole different bike, man. Another good test will be when I get the wife on the back. I'm really hoping that she is comfortable, because I hate putting that stock seat on this bike. Every time I do, I feel like it just ruins everything about the bike. But yeah, right now I am 1000% happy with this seat. Having a sleeker, thinner seat, you know, width-wise, makes it easier to, you know, get your feet on the ground at red lights, and it just feels nice. Yeah, dude, I'm really happy with this thing. All right, so that was just a quick ride review. I'll do another review, like maybe after 500 miles, see how the seat's feeling, how it breaks in, how everything's holding up, make sure there's no seams blowing out. But right now, I'm like 1000% happy with this seat. Look how perfect it works with this bike. Whatever color scheme you're doing, I'm sure they'll have something to match. This thing right here didn't make any noise at all, so that's good. All right, that about does it for this review of the BMC Widowmaker seat. Now, the website says for custom seats, you're looking at about 5 to 8 weeks. I feel like I got this seat in about 3 weeks, so you never know. And their customer service is exceptional. Tyler over there, the guy's on top of it. Go over to bmcmc.com. They got a lot of cool accessories for Harleys. They got fairings, they got foot controls, they've got crash bars, a lot of different stuff. Here's something else they hooked me up with. These BMC Santoro chachos for the engine. It comes with the screws and the little red billet covers. Got these on both sides, so those are very cool. Anyways, thanks again BMC for hooking me up. This seat is freaking awesome. Don't forget, if you want to check out more of this performance bagger build, click on the link in the video, and it'll show you all the different videos in the playlist. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Not much left to do on this bike. I might go to a shorter exhaust, and I got to change out the bars. Got to have that performance bagger style. So anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.